have to, but we have to.
Yeah, I know.
We got a lot more time to kill.
That's true. We're only in for an hour and a half. Holy shit.
Yeah.
That's wow. Wow. It doesn't feel like it. It really doesn't.
You know what? What I could do is Roman, what did you pull up?
Oh, so I had something about how I don't know if you guys know who Ken Klippenstein is, but he had like a dossier about JD Vance, and he posted it on X, and Elon banned him. Like Elon just like flat out perma banned him. So I find this like really, really interesting because Elon, like, Elon claims to be all about, like, freedom of speech. But
Yeah, but
I'm just saying, bro.
is that showing personal information? Because that's against guidelines.
Hold on.
If personal
No.
information's involved, that's against guidelines.
Well, what is considered personal information? Like, if it's like, business dealings, that could technically be personal information. And if it's like, business dealings, that's stuff that the public needs to know, though. It's like how no one talks about the fact that, like, Kamala Harris took millions from freaking BlackRock. Is that personal? It might be, but
Yeah,
that's stuff
fuck
that we all
BlackRock.
need to know.
We know that she did. BlackRock, everybody fucking takes money from BlackRock.
The point that I'm making is that
fuck BlackRock.
So Elon, who notoriously does not he is a proponent of freedom of speech, banned Ken Klippenstein, which is actually crazy. Now, I don't know if it's a permaban, but I just find it to be really, really crazy that if what was in that doc was just showing JD Vance's corruption, that's some bullshit. The fact that, Klippenstein got banned for that shit. Like, when there are people who have done a whole lot of worse shit on Twitter, and it's like, allowed to stay there. That's all that I have to say there, is that I think that if it was someone who came out with a, dossier, an accurate one about Kamala Harris, it would have stayed up there. But because it's about Vance, he took it down. Now, that's his own right to do that because he owns that platform.
I mean, doesn't mean that Elon was the one who personally took it down? No.
Doesn't Elon look after or look over every single ban, though?
I doubt it. He's busy as fuck.
Is he building, like, robots and shit?
Dude, he's got, like, multiple other companies. Like, I doubt
I'm just saying, man. Like,
bro, I barely have time to check my comments on my other fucking Instagram. Like,
see, I would buy that, but he's constantly posting. You're on Twitter. He is constantly posting.
No, I know. I follow him.
What?
I said, yeah, I know. I follow him, but
yeah, so he has to know, like, what's happening.
Yeah, but his personal account doesn't necessarily mean he's behind the fucking servers sitting there when he's posting on his personal account. Well, he might even be in the same state or same country as where the servers are and where Twitter's based in California.
What is a dossier? Okay.
Somebody asked what a dossier is?
Well, because there are some people that may not know.
Who asked that? Dossier is that in Twitch chat?
No. I'm saying for those of you that do not know, a dossier is basically kind of like, a PDF. It's basically kind of like what like the Iron Man files were. It's basically kind of something like that. Like it's like that. Um, and there is a dossier about the vice president and about the president of both sides of the ticket. But when the one about JD Vance got posted, the guy that posted the link, it got taken down instantly.
So
And
dossier is more or less it's more or less a profile
yeah, but it had
of
like business dealings in it
a
and shit.
person and or character. Like again, I hate to bring this up, but like bring it back to fucking like when I pre-ordered Halo 4, I got dossiers for all the characters
Yeah.
in like a steel book, and it looks like it's actually like real dossiers from the military, which are just names, like birthplace, all this other shit, and then an
Right.
explanation of all the dealings and everything like that, and dossier.
So your thing is that you're saying that if it's personal stuff, it shouldn't be
Well,
subject to
it depends on
the
what it is. Like, it's not just personal. It's if it ends up being like it's hard to say. I don't have to. There's a line that gets crossed. And that
yeah,
line,
kind of like how
it's all in yellow tape. So it's really
yeah,
difficult to know because I'm not a lawyer for one of these social media sites.
well, I mean, I'm just saying, objectively speaking, the dossier about Kamala Harris didn't get taken down. I'm just saying, only the one about JD Vance did. So I'm just saying that's not fair. Like, we should be able to see that too. And I don't know exactly what was in this dossier, but it's probably stuff that I already know, just me personally, because I do research. But I mean, here is the thing. The line that would be crossed is if JD Vance was sleeping. Mrs. Dog, what's happening?
What's up?
What's going on?
Good to see you.
Like like if JD Vance was running a sex ring or something, that is important for people to know, but I don't know, that's something that is personal, so I would get that. But if it's business dealings, I say that should all be public knowledge. Is it all public knowledge? No, but it should be. Like, if you have your hands on classified documents, or if you're taking money from China or the Saudis, that should definitely be known. That should definitely be
I think a lot of them are
a
taking
thing.
money from the Saudis.
What?
So I think a lot of them would be taking money from the Saudis.
They all are. But
Yeah.
but but yeah, no. So I'm just saying so yeah, it's a hard thing, but if it's just the thing that bothers me with this whole thing, Roland, is that the guy that got banned from X is a lefty. So you might say, well, it's just coincidence, and I could grant you that. But it's just weird that a bunch of right winners put out a dossier about Kamala Harris and about Tim Walz, and that gets left up. But then the second that one about JD Vance comes out, the guy that posted it gets banned.
I mean, that might not even be like. Here's the thing, though. You can't just say that's Elon. That could just be somebody
But it's
high up
his
at
company,
Twitter.
though. You know what I mean?
That doesn't mean it won't get reversed,
It hasn't yet. It's been a full week.
bro.
It's been a week.
Bro, Dan Vask is still banned off fucking Twitter.
Still? After all this time?
Yes, It's fucking Dan. I think he got it back recently, if that. But like, we're talking
Trump was
Dan
banned for
Best,
like
a guy who
Trump was
fucking
banned for like 2.5 years. Trump was banned for like a long time.
so was Alex Jones.
Yeah,
So
but
like, if you're
I'm
gonna
saying,
allow that shit, you should allow both. But I agree with that. But
yeah, like just Muffler Tape,
Muffler
what's up?
Tape, what is up, dude?
What's going on?
Long time no see.
No, but like the thing is that if I'll cover this on my like other channel because I don't want to, I don't want to bore y'all, but like just I doubt that this is going to get a reversal because I don't think that you can reverse a permaban. I have never heard of that ever being a reverse.
Yeah, you can.
Well, hey,
Because most
but
bans have a time limit. So Trump was permabanned.
was he permaban?
Yeah, you can reverse a. Here's the thing. You just go into the system and delete that and allow them to just. It won't be the same account, but they can make a new account with the same name. See what I'm saying? You can still fight things like that. It's just it depends.
Right. But yeah, so be- before we get back into this Rings of Prime thing, what about this trans clone trooper you were telling me about the other night?
Speaking of fucking Twitter.
Now, first of all, is this canon? Is this real, or did someone like
Yes.
make this?
Yes. Yes,
It's
and
canon.
yes.
All right, I'm curious about how this works. You know,
it quite literally does not.
are these in comics now, or like what's happening? Like,
Okay, so you know how they had like hold on, I gotta find it. You know how they had the books that were like secret or the Jedi Path, Book of the Sith, and Bounty Hunter Code, and they were like books that you could go into and like learn all about the characters and like the actual ins and outs. Here it is.
I'm kind of scared to see this.
So Star Wars Holocron posted this the other day. And this is from the newest one of those that line where it was, Book of the Sith, Jedi Code, and the Bounty Hunter Handbook. Now there is Secrets of the Clone Troopers. Secrets of the Clone Troopers includes a first look at Sister, a trans woman clone trooper. Rex's description of Sister in the book reads, "When one of our kind expressed her gender identity differently than her fellow troopers, she figured she'd have to hide who she truly was. Fortunately, her brothers in the 7th Sky Corps gave her the name Sister as a constant reminder that she belonged." She's even painted like the trans flag.
I mean, first of all, that's cool for trans people, but
it's a fucking clone trooper. It's a clone of a biological man.
So does this clone just identify as a female?
But yeah,
is that what this is?
But the face looks like a fucking female Tamora Morrison, or a mixture of male and female Tamora Morrison. Like,
I mean,
clones
the
don't care
way
about
that
sex. Clones don't care about sex. That was the entire that is bred out of them. That's why it was a huge deal that Quain left the clone troopers, defected, and had a family with a Twilight. That's why it was a big deal. Because clones don't care.
So why
And
is
I'm just
this?
saying, you have a clone trooper that's painted with pink and blue this same way that the trans flag in the United States is. This
Actually,
is
that's
too
like a lore
close to
thing, but
home.
yes.
This stuff like this is too close to Earth.
Well, it's
Like,
just
it's jarring.
physically, in terms of the lore, it can't happen. That's how
No,
you have to think of it too.
yes, but I'm just saying as well. You can have trans characters in Star Wars. Make a good fucking character though. Make it a really interesting character. But now they jump onto this. Everything is about fucking sex with them. Like, there's a book
Yeah,
where
why?
Obi-Wan Kenobi is fucking bi.
Wait, what?
Yes, where Obi-Wan
Obi-Wan's
wonders
bi
how it
now?
would be. Yes, where Obi-Wan's a Padawan and he's with this group of fucking young teenagers and he's wondering if he'd like to hook up with a guy or not.
What?
Yes.
When did
Now,
that happen?
that happened. It's a Disney book. Yes, it is. This character actually did debut a year or two ago, but it's getting a lot of traction because of this new book that came out. Also, this character fought alongside Anakin and Obi-Wan, and Anakin said, well, if Jedi are supposed to transcend the Force, then what's the problem with transcending gender? I accept you. Like, bro, I'm not saying that's a problem. That's exactly
That's a fantastic point.
Exactly.
Fantastic point.
He's got a big point there. Like, this is, if you're gonna do it to a character, do it to Zam Wessel. She can literally, she's a Claudite.
Yeah, like, honestly, I can see Zam being like a trans character.
Bro, she's a Claudite. She can transform into any type of living thing.
Yeah.
She's a skin changer.
But you literally, the one species
She's a changeling
in Star Wars that you can't do it to, you do it to. You know?
Yeah, like, it doesn't make sense for it to be a biological clone trooper who is all copies of Jango Fett.
Yeah, like, and to be fair, I would be saying this if the women were if like the clones were women and they turned it into a man. It would literally just be the same thing.
Yeah.
Because but like the thing is though, I just don't like it doesn't cross my mind. I know I'm not bright, but I don't get it. Like,
well, that's the thing, Pilgrim. I agree with you. If you have to make a character that's trans, if you want to do that, make a new character. Make them interesting. Make them a character that people really like. But you're not doing that. You're taking something, of all things, a clone trooper is the stupidest idea for this.
You could have easily made like a Jedi trans if you
That's
like
what
really wanted to.
A Jedi, but again, Jedi should not be procreating or having sex.
I understand that.
So
I get that.
There's multiple other characters you could do it with. A bounty hunter would be perfect. A badass bounty hunter. Go ahead. Do it. Claudites are quite literally able to turn into any gender at any time because they're changelings. There's multiple species in Star Wars that are changelings. But let it be a changeling.
Yeah, but not a clone.
But not a clone. Like, exactly.
if the clones worked like in the movie Multiplicity, if you made a copy of a copy, then due to the errors piling up, they could be disabled and possibly like something else.
Well, that's true, and they talk about that. That's why they stopped developing clone troopers after Revenge of the Sith.
Fuck you, Ronnie. But
But that's the other thing though. Palpatine would give zero fucks. Palpatine doesn't care about sex. Palpatine gets off like he was probably fucking rocking a hard one the entire time during Order 66. He gets off on
yeah,
evil.
yeah, like on
Like
being a psychopath. Yeah,
you could have
yeah.
the sex. You could have fucking Sydney Sweeney walk into his room and get butt ass naked and be like, "I want to bang you," and Palpatine would be like, "I'm just gonna kill you right now. I don't want to deal with this."
Evil makes me hard.
Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, he is so purely evil. Sex doesn't fucking do it for him.
Actually,
Nothing does it for
Palpatine
him.
might actually ban that like one clone. I feel like
He would kill them.
like
He would be like, "Oh yeah, during Order 66, add that one in." I'm not even shitting you. Like, if he knew of the existence of a trans clone trooper, he'd be like, "Yeah, fucking kill him. They're gonna be a problem." That's just what he
wouldn't the
is.
higher ups have a problem with that? The ones that
Well,
raised
also, I don't
the
know how you
clones.
have long hair when you're wearing a helmet that is they've literally shown multiple times can seal.
I mean, like Hunter's
When
got pretty
you
long hair,
who
considering
who
Hunter.
yeah, but it doesn't go past his fucking here,
Right. Yes. Yeah.
so he can.
Yeah.
That's as long as you can go with clone trooper hair because you can survive in space, but it has to be able to seal.
Right.
You can
Yeah.
only survive in space for a
So
little bit of time, but you can survive in space.
so
Now,
how
again,
does
I
that
don't give a
clone?
shit if you make a trans character in Star Wars. Could give a fuck. But it's the fact that you're
Well,
putting
how
it
does that
so
clone do it?
and you're putting it so front and center. Like you're making it the same painted color scheme as the flag that's like it's too close to Earth. It was jarring when Han Solo said, "I'll see you in hell." People were like, "Ooh, that's a little bit too close to Earth."
Yeah, this is definitely wild. They're
We're
missing
missing
the
the
extra point. The universal constant in trans representation is always the colors blue and pink. Even fictive universes is obviously more powerful than the force.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And I saw somebody else go, "Yo, if you were a sniper for the CIS, like a droid sniper, and you saw a clone running around in pink and blue in the middle of an army where they're all the same color, you'd be like, all right, I'm taking that one out because they're special for some reason. Sniping
I
them
wonder if this
first."
clone trooper was at the battle of Kashyyyk with the like blue and purple, and then they had the like camo on them and shit.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what was she part of? Seventh Sky Corps. All right,
That
let's look
looks
up.
like
Let's look up a picture of the
the
Seventh
Revenge
Sky
of the
Corps.
Sith helmet there.
It is.
So yeah,
It's a
so
Phase 2
she came
clone trooper.
afterwards. Obviously.
I knew it. I knew
Do
it.
they say what like time period she's from? Like, is she from like?
I fucking knew it. This is the Seventh Sky Corps.
Oh, so wait, she's part of Cody's crew.
Yeah, she's part of the Seventh Sky Corps under Cody.
What? So then she knew Obi-Wan.
That's what I'm saying. She worked alongside Obi-Wan and Anakin, and they both were like, "Well, we accept you." But they're all orange and fucking white. Like, if you had one clone that was part of the orange and white crew that was wearing pink and blue, and you're on the other side, you're like, snipe that one. They stand out. Take them the fuck out. It's a
So
self-insert.
she was part of Cody's crew.
It's a self-insert from the writers.
Is the writer trans?
Probably. It's Disney.
I mean, if that's the case,
Hold on.
I mean, cool, but like that can't happen with a clone, though. That's the only thing. Like, it's this shit sucks. Yeah. So I'm. Was she at the Battle of Utapau?
Anakin Skywalker and sister, a trans woman, discuss gender in Star Wars, A Queen's Hope. The Jedi are all about transcending things. I don't think we can complain if you've transcended your gender. Sister, transcended.
When the fuck did that happen?
Sister, transcended gender? We'll work on it, but I like where this is heading.
Where's that from? When did that happen?
Star Wars, Queen's Hope. Let's see who wrote that.
That
Star
sounds
Wars, new. Queen's.
That sounds brand new.
Author. E.K. Johnston. Now, hold on. E.K. Johnston.
I wonder if it's. I wonder if the writer is going to be a trans person. I'm kind of curious. This like ruins the lore. I mean, I know people are like, "Well, the lore has already been ruined." Yeah, but this really ruins it. Like, this really ruins lore. I doubt that Kathleen Kennedy even knows.
She's biromantic and demisexual.
The fuck does that mean?
It's classification of sex or gender which a person experiences romantic attraction towards or is likely to have a romantic relationship with. The term is used alongside with terms sexual orientation as well as being is alternative. Oh my god. All right, what's demisexual mean? Sexual orientation in which an individual does not experience primary sexual attraction, the type of attraction that is based on immediately observable characteristics.
So they're bi.
Appearance or smell and is experienced immediately after a first encounter.
Smell. So smell gets them horny.
A demisexual person can only experience secondary sexual attraction, the type of attraction that occurs after the development of an emotional bond. The amount of time that this individual needs to know another person before developing sexual attraction towards them varies from person to person. Demisexuality categorized on the asexuality spectrum.
So it's like if I smelled perfume, basically is basically kind of like what that is.
Yeah.
But then why is that even a designation? That's just normal people doing normal things. Why does that need a designation? I guess I'm demisexual then because I like the smell of perfume. No!
Yo, dude, dude, I swear to God, at some point we ended up through a wormhole. Like this is Star Wars now.
No, bro, you said it right on our last show. Someone turned on CERN.
Yeah, in 2016.
Like, what timeline are we in where we have this? We're about to be in World War III, and Joe Biden's the freaking president. Like, what world are we in where that happened? What dark god, like, conjured this magic?
I'll be back in a second.
Okay. what dark god conjured this magic for us all to be in this timeline? Like, really, y'all? Like, look, okay, does anybody remember the summer of 2016? Life was good. Wrestling was popping off. Um, the Cleveland Cavaliers were the NBA champions. Like, things were popping off. Eminem announced that he was coming out with an album in like 2017, but the summer of 2016 was still pretty good. I was going into my sophomore year, I think, of high school. Yeah. Um, but like in all seriousness, like life was good in like 2016, and then 2017 hit, and like everything changed, bro. Everything changed. I'm not saying it's his fault, but Trump becoming the president in 2017 unlocked a lot of events that we have now. Because if you guys think about it in this sense, if Donald Trump had never became president in 2016, we would not have Joe Biden as president now. So just think of that term of events, right? And then, it all went downhill the second that like Harambe died, which I think was in 2016. But I digress. Like 2017 was just a bad year. I mean, that was one of the worst years of just like my life, personally. And then 2018 was not that much better. 2019 was like okay. Obviously, we were all we were all in pain in 2020. That was whack. But 2021 was okay. 2022, the Phillies made it back into the playoffs, so that was nice. Um, Kenobi came out that year, and when Kenobi came out, I actually initially liked it. I thought it was okay, but now Kenobi's garbage. Um, the Batman came out in 2022, and that's a really good movie. So like we've had good stuff since like 2016, but the thing about going from like I would say from like 1999 to 2016, we had like consistent bangers, with The Force Awakens being the only exception to that rule. And even then, uh, The Force Awakens is like okay, but from like 1999 to 2016, we had constant like banner after banner after banner, whether it was video games, whether it was movies or shows. Like y'all, the Halo games came out during those times. And
Halo, Gears of
Ronnie,
War, Assassin's Creed, Black Ops, Modern Warfare,
OG, the OG COD games, bro, like those
Lego
hit,
Star
those
Wars,
hit.
Lego Indiana Jones 1, Lego Batman
G,
1,
G
Minecraft,
GTA 4 and 5
Halo
came out during
Reach,
that time.
GTA 4 and 5, and San Andreas,
Red Dead
Red
1
Dead
and 2, I think.
Redemption, Skyrim, Fallout, like banger after banger
Titanfall
when it came to
1, I
video
think.
games, dude. Force Unleashed, you want to talk about all the Star Wars games, like the Lord of
Battlefront
the
2.
Rings games, Lord of the Rings fucking Conquest, Star Wars Battlefront 2. I could just
You got a
keep
bot in
naming
Twitch chat.
banger video games that were out. Fucking Bioshock, fucking Resident Evil.
I remember, dude. Remember the Outlast games? Remember
The
them?
the first one at least, yeah.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
actually about to fucking Dead Space, dude. Oh,
The Dark Souls games too, bro. The Dark Souls games is
Dark Souls,
everything was good,
Bloodborne,
but then like now, bro, now we have terrible games. Well,
Destiny
not
1,
terrible, but
Destiny 1 in 2014. Fucking
when that
banger.
dude,
The Arkham
the
games.
the Arkham games, bro. Yeah, dude. The hype around Destiny when
God
that
of
came
War.
out was crazy.
Destiny 1 was a masterpiece. As soon as they added in the fucking Vault of Glass raid, oh my god.
the hype around the Arkham games was like pretty big too. But I feel like
Mortal
I don't know
Kombat,
what happened, but
Mortal
like
Kombat
there was
3, Mortal Kombat 4, Mortal Kombat 5.
there was a
Mortal-
switch in just things, bro. Things just happened, and I don't know what changed.
Just got
Like
worse. Everything just got really bad.